say the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics are interested in Jaren Jackson Jr. I absolutely not a fan. He not Piston tough, but at the end of the day, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a poor man's Kevin Durant. All right. That's what he wants to be. Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki were three of the worst things that happened to the NBA. And also Michael Jordan. Let me explain. Michael Jordan made everybody want to be a guard. He made it look so fly, so dope. The Jordans, everything he had going on. And then you had, Garnett, Nowitzki, Kevin Durant. They were unicorns. They can dribble. They can shoot. They was tall. They can post. They made being the big guy. They were three of the first to revolutionize being the big guy, being that tall and handling the ball. So every big fella wanted to handle. Jaren Jackson's dad, I believe, was in the NBA. He went to Michigan State. Shout out to Farty Sparty. But he not tough. And playing in Memphis, if you don't get tough playing in Memphis, you can't get tough playing nowhere, to be honest. That was the home of the grindhouse. So I don't see how he helps us. Do I think he's an upgrade from Tobias Harris? Absolutely. But if I'm about to pay a motherfucker $200+ million, I think he had a $235 million contract. If I'm paying $235 for somebody, he not gonna give me 2 to 5 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they say about him defensively. I need more rebounds. I need more assertiveness. I need more aggressiveness from young bull. Does he got great talent? Yeah, but I'm paying $235 for that. I'd rather have Trey Murphy. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather pay for Lauri Markkanen before I do that. He don't have enough heart to be in Detroit, bro. You know what I'm saying? His heart pump Kool-Aid, bro. Like, let Boston have him. At least for the most part, he been healthy. I think he had an injury a couple years ago, but hell no. Like, why, like, what are they think out of all the options? And maybe the options that we think are options are not options. Michael Porter Jr., Trey Murphy, Lauri Markkanen, guys like that. Maybe the guys we think are not options. Maybe it's not. At this point, I take Jonathan Kuminga. I take Kuminga before I take Jaren Jackson Jr. I take back Jeremy Grant before I take Jaren Jackson Jr. Real spill. Who else you got out there? Who else you got? I can't even think of nobody else. I take Miles Bridges, PJ Brown. And I ain't disrespecting none of those guys. I just would rather have those guys than that. I get why they want Jackson, his ability to stretch the floor, his ability to defend the basket, but if you get him, do you see him playing the 4? And that's fine. He played the 4. So you're going to pay Jalen Duren about $185. You're going to pay Cade $200. You're going to pay Jaren Jackson Jr. $235. At that point, I'd rather have Booker. Man, fuck that. Go get LaMelo. And I'm joking about that, but I'd rather have somebody, I'd rather have just pay Trey Young at that point. But I get it because he can defend the bucket. He can shoot the ball. He's an upgrade defensively, at least, from Tobias Harris, at least defending the bucket. He can shoot the ball. He's athletic. He big. You can rotate him in at the 5. You can play him with Stu. You can play him with Paul Reed. But can you get the dog out of him? Maybe they just like, he don't want to be in Memphis. Maybe you put him with a winner. You might can get more aggressive, but he don't have that. He got that Nepo baby in him. Like, he got that entitlement. When it was time for him to get the money, he played well, made an all-defensive team, probably made an all-NBA team. I'm not sure. But when he got the bread, he did what most people do. They get lax. My thing is, dog, honestly, bro, there's so many more better options than that, dog. But it's a potential pay. It's a potential trade. You basically saying, hey, I think Cade can get that out of him. And then also, it might also be trying to tell you that, hey, he may not keep Jalen Duren. And, but at the end of the day, I don't know why wouldn't you, even let's just say that was a thought. Duren good for 10, 12 rebounds a night. I think he had like 15, 16 versus Phoenix the other night. He don't rebound like that. So he mainly a perimeter player. He's Kevin Durant. That's what he want to be. So honestly, I understand the upside, But if you're gonna pay somebody $200+ million to keep it a B, or somewhere about that, I just had took Trae Young. I'm just keeping it a B. But maybe they thinking, hey, yo, we got to match up with Evan Mobley and them guys. And maybe they thinking that way. I'll keep it a B. Y'all going to call CJ crazy as shit. I would go get Porzingis before I did that deal. I go get Porzingis. I swear to God. What are you making, about 20, 30 million on one more year? I rolled the dice with Kuminga before I did that. But I get why they doing it. On a serious note, I get why they doing it. But if they can get the pit bull out of Jaren Jackson Jr., then I'd agree. If they can get the pit bull out of Jaren Jackson Jr., yeah, I have no problem with it. If they can just get him to get 8 rebounds, 9 rebounds, he can be. But that money is ridiculous. The money is ridiculous. The money is ridiculous, bro. It gotta be ridiculous. Hold on. Me and this. Oh yeah, he knew what I was looking for. So 200. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. 5 years, $205 million. So next year that deal kick in. Next year he make 50 million at 27 years old. He make 27, 28. He make 50 in that. No, next year he make 49. The following year he make 50 and a half. The following year after that, he make 52 million, and then he has a player option, 1, 2, 3. The fourth year that make 53 million, and he's unrestricted at 31. I mean, shout out to y'all who want to do that. I ain't what Tupac say? I ain't mad at you. Right now, he averaging 18 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.9 assists. He's a 2-time All-Star, 2-time block champion, right? I thought he was Defensive Player of the Year. I thought he was Defensive Player of the Year. He was an All-Star last season. I think that's how he earned his money. He played 74 games last season. He's played 66 the year before, 63 the year before, 78 the year before. In 2020-21, he was injured, played 11. His second year, he played 57. The first year, he played 58. So right now, he played 38 games. So he pretty much sound like he played all the games. I could be wrong on that. Somebody correct me. They can't wait for you to be wrong. So he had, 1.5 blocks last year. He had 2.3 2021-22, 3 the following year. Rebounding, he's just not a great rebounder. He's averaging 5.5 for his career. That's what he averaging now. Free throws, he raw 80% for his career. 3-point percentage, he's shooting 30, about 37 this year, 35 for his career, but he shot 30, almost 38 last year. So I get why they doing it. I ain't really tripping when they do it. They do it. We complain they don't spend money, they don't make big trades. From a fit standpoint, with Durham being a dog, his height, his reach, Jackson height and reach, and then you sit there and you put, who played the 3? Shit. Oh yeah, Asar Thompson. I see why they doing it. They would be a defensive problem. So I don't really care for it, but I would understand it. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.